Hey guys, What Up Does Gaming here, and I had the urge to talk about Tel'Annas as I have the feeling that she's really strong in the current meta right now. I think, in my opinion, she's one of the strongest AD carries, and today we're going to talk about Arcana, we're going to talk about the build, and we're going to talk about the abilities. And first off, the main important thing that you have to know about AD carries if you are not a versatile player and not a common player on this is the fact that AD carries do take a while. Like, even if Tel'Annas is really strong because of her abilities, you have to have at least 1 or 2 items fully maxed to really show her potential. That's not Elsu. Like, Elsu is different, as you can see right now in this case. Elsu does a lot of damage because his auto attacks are really strong. But Tel'Annas, Yorn, Valheim, all those heroes seem to be a bit more dependent on the itemization that you have. So you have to farm a bit. You have to have a support character if you have a support character who is letting you get all those last hits, because the last hits do get you more gold. And this is just common sense. Farm up a bit, ramp up, and afterwards you're going to be indestructible, as I'm going to show with this build, as I'm going to be crazy all over the game. I'm going to kill not 20 but close to 20 people with my Tel'Annas build and my Tel'Annas game style. So what I would always advise you to do is max out her 1 first, because it is not only giving you great range, but it's also increasing attack speed and everything else that you really like about your AD carry. And this is what we're going to do as soon as you get into the game. You want to max it. Like, that's the first thing. Like, use your 1 and everything will be all right. And as you can see in this situation, I have a mixture between my items that I want to have on Tel'Annas. First blood here, thank you. And the damage items and the boots, because the boots are really important. Because if you're playing AD carry, you want to be the one who's positioning in the best places. Like, you have to keep an eye on where you are, where the enemies are, and you want to stand not next to your enemy, but you want to stand between your tank or your support hero and the enemy. So this is like, you want to be as far out as possible, because then you can basically pick who you want to attack. And on the other hand, you are trying to get shielded by your support character. So always try to be a little bit further off the thrill. As you can see, I don't know why, but I maxed my 2 here. Like, I have been picking my 2 afterwards. That's just mistakenly taken. Like, this is not on purpose. I was just really in the thrill of fighting things, so don't take that for granted. Use your 1 and then afterwards use your 2. This is like the combination that I would advise, and I would always go for boots first and then damage items second, because you need that mobility. That's something that's really important to you, because you want to use it in your favor. You want to be faster than the enemies, and you can do that by basically just jumping around. Cool thing is here, I get the Yawn because I used my sprint. I have chosen sprint as a talent because it gives you 2 different things. Like, the first thing is that you can actually just run away if you need to run away. And on the other hand, you can follow up enemies if that is suitable. So this is a basic combination of engaging as well as de-engaging. So I would always prefer sprint over flicker, because flicker is just 1 move. It's a short teleport that you of course can use tactically, but on the other hand, it's some kind of like thing that is wasted most of the time. Like, you will end up clearing one situation, but you will find yourself in the other end. As you can tell, AD carries are not the ones who are really tanky. You are the ones who deal damage, and therefore you just wanna be in the position where you can reposition yourself, and sprint is always a better option on that. Game goes on pretty smoothly here. We're on on a 3-3 right now. I have 2 kills, which is always good. You can see that I reposition myself here. I'm attacking Valheim, I'm using all my skills on him, and he is getting really low. And you can always use that range extender that you get from your 1 in order to deal some damage, even under tower, because your range is superior to the range of other characters. And that's something that you have just to keep in mind. You are the one who is basically inflicting all the damage, and you are the one who is telling the enemies what to do. This situation was really bad for me, and that's the one where I died because I ended up in Gildur's ult. No one did save me, which is alright because my team is not supposed to do anything that I did wrong. But this kill, this death could completely be something that you can avoid if you position yourself better. And I should have kept in mind that Gildur is actually able to ult me, and therefore I'm not able to get out. And with the situation of Yorn and Elsu in the middle, that's something that is going to kill you. Like, no matter what are they supposed to do? Like, not kill you because you are really friendly? No, this is not going to happen. So right now I am stacking up my stuff, and I'm getting on my 1 again. You can see, as soon as you activate your 1, your range extends rapidly, and you are going to feel like a machine gun. I love the sound that Tel'Annas does on her 1. It just seems that you're actually achieving things, and this situation with Valheim here, oh my god, he is in the middle of something. I don't know why they overextended so much, and I didn't get any kills for myself. It did give me some assists, which is alright, but you can see, like, even now I'm able to hit the tower even while I'm not in tower range. That is how Tel'Annas works. Use your range extender all the time, use her attack speed that she gets from it, and you will benefit from it so much. Defeated, 3rd kill for me, another item, and off we go. Like, you can easily outrange anything, and that is something that you should keep in mind. I went for the Claves Sancti as the next item, and this is just something. 4th kill, bam bam bam, 2nd kill, 3rd kill. I'm repositioning myself. I'm going to re-enter the fight. Unfortunately, my mana is low. Like, she's really mana hungry. If you spam her abilities all the time, and she's a character where you want to do it, like if you're playing Valheim and stuff like that, you don't need it that often. But with Tel'Annas, you always want to use your 1 because it's just increasing your attack speed so much that you really want to use it all the time you can, and it's just going to drain your mana. So if you have the opportunity to take blue buff, use it. Like, really use it. Like, ask your jungler if he is willing to give blue buff to you, because it's going to increase your game so much. Right now I'm sitting here on a solo tower, and I'm going for Blitzblade because it's going to increase my attack as well as causing extra damage on the last hit, as I'm going to go in certain times. You can see how fast I already attack. Got a tower for my team, that's important, and AD carries are the ones taking the towers. And right now I'm off in the jungle, just getting the maximum out of the approach that I did to the jungle. And right now I'm on level 10. And as Arthur goes in, that's just a really nice situation for me to actually do some damage. And I did not only kill Yorn, but I also killed Gildur, which was pretty easy for me as I was standing in a really good positioning. And look at the damage that I'm doing. Like, on every single hit I'm doing 1k damage, which is plenty enough to kill at least every single character in the game. Because keep in mind that you outrage your enemy. You can just do that. You can poke them, and then you can just poke them to death. So the next item, after I've got the Claves and after I've got the other item, I'm going for the attack speed, because more attack just means more crits, and more crits just means more damage, and that's the stuff that I was going for. And as I'm sitting on a nice 6-1, I know that I have the chance to really do some outrageous damage, and that's what I'm doing right now. Here's a tower. You can see the numbers just dropping down, and this is just another tower for my team. Gilder tries to get into my Lumbur. Lumbur does a really nice stun, and there we go, another blood buff for me, and that just means another item to actually crit enemies, and it just went so smoothly. Like that kill, that was gifted. Like he could not have done that, and that was the stuff that I was doing here. I'm trying to escape Elsu, which I managed to do quite bravely. I'm killing some stuff in their jungle just to get some more health, and just because I don't want them to get any benefit out of their jungle. That's another thing that you can do. Actually counter jungle, trying to get someone with my range here, but it didn't really accomplish it. But Tel'Annas is so strong right now. Like, I don't know what they've done about her. Like, I don't really see any major changes. And the next thing that I'm going to do is to get even more damage, because that's going to benefit me so much. And that's another dead Elsu. I'm running out here, using my sprint as a defense mechanism, going out. And the only thing that Tel'Annas is basically lacking is sustain in this build, because I did not really build on sustain items. So I don't have bees, I don't have Fafnirs. So the thing that I have to rely on is basically my restore and the fast damage that I'm doing, but it just means that you need to go back more often, you need to kill more creeps, and in the end it's just going to be beneficial. Like, look at that. 10th kill, I'm going to take it. 11th kill, that is mine. I'm on level 13 and I am close to being maxed, because I was just able to get so many kills in such a short duration of time. 11 minutes, that just basically means 1 kill every single minute, and I think that's what's the game going to be closed down. At the end of the game I will have at least 1 kill every minute, and this is just ace. Like, Tel'Annas is super strong, you have to be careful about positioning, but everything else, look how much damage I do to towers. It's insane. And this is stupid. Like, that was so stupid, me standing there. I should have retreated a little bit further. I should have kept some distance to the thick of the fight, and everything would have been safe. But I made a mistake there. I thought I was too powerful, but I wasn't. And therefore we have to take another approach, as my team is not strong enough to actually deal with that team. Alistair is going to die. There's not that much that he can do against it. Lumbur has to retreat, and after the bloodbath of Butterfly, she has to retreat as well, because she is not able to take 3 enemies on her own. Let's talk about Arcana. I'm going full damage, and I'm not going attack speed, because I do have a lot of attack speed due to my due to the stuff that I've been picking on my equipment. As you can see, I have taken 2 items which are actually improving my attack speed. So I go for Onslaught, and I go for Skewer, and I go for Assassinate, because that's just the stuff. Like, I'm going full damage, no compromises here. I want to do as much damage as I can, because I have those 2 attack speed items, and everything sorts out quite well. So this is the build that I would advise you. You could try to skip Guerrilla for Assassinate for Guerrilla. I'm not too sure about it. Like, I don't know how that works. And I had to kill Elsu here, because he was basically damaging my team all along. Everyone's quite low, but I took that death toll for me in order to get the game to an end. You can just, every time you do something like that, you can just hope that your team actually does damage to those towers, because otherwise it's a waste of death. And we have just killed 2 enemies, so that's not that good, but we are in the lead of towers, and I think we're doing more damage than they do, because we've got 26 kills and they've got 16. So everything is alright at that pace of the game, but you always have to be careful about it, because if you are actually paying attention to it and you're not paying attention to the objectives, you can easily lose a game even while you are the one who has the most kills. And I've got Fenrir's Tooth right now, This is the stuff that's going to be the icing on the cake. It's going to be the best because now I can deal even more damage as I have that thing that I'm dealing more damage to enemies which are not really damaged that far. I mean, yeah, Gildo is a problem, but not for me. Usually you would go for Muramasa or something like that because you want to have armor penetration, but as my attack speed is that high, I don't really care about it. I don't really care because I do so much damage over such a quick amount of time that I can actually go in, and now we go in here. Range extender also didn't really hit me, and I'm just seeing the great opportunity here. That's another yawn for me. I'm using my I'm using my 3, like my ultimate defensively, but of course Arthur is really strong, he's really fast, so with that amount of health I'm not able to get out of that, and fortunately our Arthur goes in here to keep all those minions away from our base, so we are in a really good position. We opened mid tower, that's always the most important and the most difficult one to take, because there's actually so much action going on mid lane, but we open it up, and the only thing that we should do right now is basically take Darkseid if we're able to do it, but if we're not able to do it, we should focus on the team fight, and we should go in as a team, and that's the thing that you want to do to end up everything. So I don't know, like I'm going back, I'm sitting on 17 kills. I don't know why I checked it, like I'd be like, okay, I've got all my gear. Was that recommended? I don't know. And I'm back into the game, and I'm like, yeah, just take some damage here. I think I'm not getting killed afterwards. We have the situation that Lumber is actually up there, and we need him down, so he needs to protect us in order to make a move. Like, we need the initiation, and good thing is that we can kill Arthur quite easily because he's always really a fuss, and everything goes really smooth here. 19 kills for me, 20 kills. Okay, so I lied to you guys. I thought I'm not doing 20 kills because I checked the video earlier just in order to check the outcome, but look at that core gone. And I'm just thinking like Tel'Annas is really strong. Like I said, what Arcana I would use, I would always go for the 1-2 to maximize, and this was just a great game. Like it felt quite easily, and if you guys know me, you know that I don't like AD carries, but if I play Tel'Annas, I always have a really good time because she's so strong. It is just such a fun game to play with her because she is just tearing down enemies. 37.8% damage, damage taken 12.9. That is a number that you can actually live with. Like, that is something that's going to tell you how good you were in the game. Legendary, congratulations. And let's just check the stats for the last time, and the video is over. And I can just advise you guys, if you want to see more gameplays like that, that's the build I'm going to put in the description below. Subscribe to my channel, leave a like, it helps me a lot, and I would like to see you back again in some other videos. So thank you very much, and good evening guys. Bye bye.